Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kingdom Gaming Podcast, episode 5, I believe. Today with me, I have Shizzy.
It's Shiggy, but hi.
Oh no, I typed it wrong. Time out. Nope. Okay, while I'm fixing this, I have Blakens
Hi.
and our sort of special guest. New guest? I don't know. Welcome, TheMorganManShow.
What's going on, you guys?
I feel like I need to do like an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, like Morgan Mannshow. Oh. Alright, you're now Shiggy again. So welcome to episode 5. This week, PAX has happened. There's been a lot of news about that. There's a lot of news from developers, like, saying things, especially from Titanfall. Um, a lot of things we could talk about to start off. Anything exciting you guys lately? What have you guys all been up to?
I don't think I've done much this week.
I've just been, getting everything hyped up for my montage that I actually uploaded yesterday. So I'm really excited for that.
Oh boy, montage. I still don't have a good editing program, so like, I can't do editing type stuff still. Do everything
Yeah.
while I record.
So I guess
Any
I'll let
games
y'all
you
go
guys
ahead.
play?
I play mostly Call of Duty.
That's it.
Team Fortress here, as everyone probably knows.
Yeah, Blakens is kind of static.
I just played a lot of League of Legends.
Yes! League! Dude, no. I'm still like, I still can feel my blood flowing because I just had a super awesome League match where I got 16 kills as Garen, and it was just like, so it was really exciting. And the really annoying thing was there was this two guys. There was called Pedro the Hutt and Pedro the Hutt's son, right? And so they spent the entire game trying to get us to surrender. They weren't doing anything to help. And so literally I was taking on Teemo and Ashe at the same time, but Garrett has like that spin attack that attacks them both, and I just sort of kept charging in and like doing that attack and running back out and forcing them to retreat, and I just kept pushing, and I got top lane all the way down, broke the inhibitor, took out like a turret, then I pushed mid, and I got that down, and then our team's Ashe, and we had I think an Annie, and those two pushed bot, and we won just on 3 people on 5, and it was ridiculous. It was so awesome. Oh man, I'm still hyped about that, but for now, let's get into some game news. So, first thing I thought I'd bring up, and this is not something really well known, do you guys know who Tencent is?
Well, I think before we do that, I think we should talk about something that happened yesterday, actually. That's kind of big.
What happened?
Gary's mod was hacked.
What?
Like really
Uh-oh.
bad.
Oh, I saw that.
Someone found a loophole in the Lua system that's Gary's mod is coded with,
I've not
and
known
you
this.
could hack into people's computers and force download a thing that allows them to gain access to your Steam account if a player with that's already been infected logs into the same server you're on.
Was this discovered by Gary's mod, or did they notice someone already doing it?
It was found by players, and it's advised you stay off of Gary's mod. And I have 2 friends on my friends list that keep telling them to get off of Gary's mod, and they're not leaving.
Oh my god.
And they're not gonna have a good time.
Is it not fixed?
No, I don't think it'll be fixed for a while. I think the Gary's mod developers are working on it, but it's a thing. It's a glitch with the Lua. It's a loophole in it.
Oh my god, I can't even touch Gary's mod now. Are you kidding?
Yeah, at least for a while. I think it's with
It's good
the
thing I've been
Heartbleed
playing a lot of
error.
Minecraft lately. I've just been doing Minecraft League. Blakens, did you see my video? I took your idea of a melon tree, well, my idea that you made into reality, and I made it into
Yeah.
Melon Land. It's a biome.
Really?
The ground is made out of floating melons, and it's like islands way up in the sky. with redstone blocks at the bottom, so it looks like melons. It's like green wool for grass, and then under it, it's all redstone blocks. I love it.
You have like little coal blocks spread in it randomly,
Oh, I didn't
like
think of that.
seeds.
Oh, I should have done that because I built it all by hand.
Oh,
It took forever, but it was worth it for that one video. That's what I've been. I'm not sure if I'm gonna talk about it anymore because it's kind of self-promoting. But, anyways, moving on. That really sucks. Wow, Gary's mod. Didn't know. Tencent is a Chinese company that basically does most of the game localization for China, and they struck up a deal with King.com to bring Candy Crush to Chinese mobile games. It's not something a lot of people have talked about, but Tencent is like a really, really big company, and so they say by mid-2014 they're going to have the game in China. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have any of you played Candy Crush? Crush?
No.
Me neither.
It's basically Bejeweled. God damn
I,
it.
I mean, it's really popular.
I've played few levels for my little sister because when my little sister is blocked in a game, she called me.
I know
And
that feel.
so I played a few levels, but yes, it's just bearable. But you can only play a certain amount of time. So
Yeah, no. Mine's the same. I taught her to play Pokemon, and when she was starting out, she just kept calling me for everything. It's like, is rock good against fire? Is fire good against water? I'm like, yes, no, yes, no. And now she's like freakishly good. It's kind of scary because she's 6.
Pokemon.
Huh.
so
I'm actually
I,
working on a map right now. Well, not as we speak, but planning it where it's called. We're not going to say the name, but it's basically a battling system in vanilla Minecraft.
A whole new battle?
Yeah, like it's basically a Pokemon battle system, but
Oh
it
my
doesn't
god, is
use
it
mobs.
turn-based?
Yes, it's turn-based, and it doesn't use mobs. It uses items for the Pokemon.
Oh, I'm into this. I've made a Charmander, a Pikachu, and you know what? I'm gonna stop talking about myself now. I keep saying about stuff I've done. So, here's something I think you all might be interested in. That game company, the company that made Journey and Flow and a bunch of other awesome games. Journey I've played, I've not played Flow. Um, their co-founder Joneva Chen is upset that people grow out of video games. At PAX East, he mentioned to GameSpot that people all seem to always focus their games to kids and teenagers. And he feels kind of sad that his colleagues have grown out of playing them as they moved on to their other jobs and their other lives. He argues that new genres need to be developed in order to become a healthy and respected medium and to appeal to adults. Hmm.
Hmm. I kind of disagree with that because there's still people these days that can be like freaking 55 and still into video games.
Well, there's plenty of people that play Minecraft that are ages old.
Well,
So
I don't know about you, but whenever I go on Minecraft, most of the people there are like 12.
there's a lot of young people, but there's still quite a few older audience. Like people don't necessarily grow out of either they get bored of it or you don't really grow out of it. I guess is what I'm saying.
Well,
Just once.
video games have always had that stigma about being for little kids, aren't they? They're always kind of like a
Well,
babysitting tool.
because they started out as that. That was their somewhat original form. Was more towards kids.
mm,
Yeah. Like,
You mean original? Wasn't the original form an arcade? But it's
Yeah,
not geared
which is
towards
for
kids.
kids. Yes,
Ah,
kids and teenagers was the original demographic for video games, and people
well, I
still
guess
think
that makes
it's that.
sense.
uh,
Yeah, they do.
yes, but I disagree because I remember seeing a video on YouTube or somewhere where they claim the the first arcade games were marketed to adults. Um, uh, I saw ads where you see adult couples playing on an arcade game, which seems a bit
Mm.
weird now.
Kind of
But
counterintuitive.
yes, and also I think the stigma is not only about video games, but more about games in general. Because
Like
even
entertainment, you mean? Like
yes,
media?
entertain. Uh, no, because
I mean, there are
they
movies made
they
for
seem to have
adults.
um, less problem with other mediums such as television or movies, but games.
Mm.
I don't know.
The,
I
the,
mean, games are always trying to be like more mature, aren't they? They've still kind of got that vibe of realism, like up the
Yeah.
graphics, photo. You guys have seen the photorealistic stuff, especially from Watch Dogs. You remember that outrage when
Yeah.
Watch Dog they had their trailer come out for actual gameplay, and it turned out to be at a lower quality than what they were showing before. And people flipped out. They were like, "Hey, that's not right. You're advertising your game different to what it actually is." Hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like I guess games are still kind of made towards adults, but I think it's kind of true that a lot of people just drop off playing games,
Well,
especially
because
when they get older.
you have less time, really. Because you have a job, and some people have kids, and they don't really have time to sit
Fair
down and play
enough.
games.
Actually, this I'm gonna bring
It's
up something I was talking to a friend about. He's saying that if you calculate there's this idea in economics, right, where time is worth money depending on the person and depending on your job. You can literally take an amount of time and give it a value. And he did some calculations, and he said that there are some games, free-to-play games, where getting the upgrades, the power-ups that like make it so you go through the game faster, is literally worth his time to play, to buy, because it means he's taking less time playing the game, and he has more time to do whatever else he's doing. And I was like, that makes no sense to me. How can what?
no, it makes sense because there is only a finite amount of time in a human life, and really, money is just this abstract thought that we use to trade, in quotes, like I own things. Believe me, because I have this piece of paper. It's now it's getting worse.
Wait,
Now
are you
it's
talking
like,
about like stock, or are you talking about like
well, just
cash?
saying I've done things. I have numbers in this plastic thing to prove it.
Oh.
It's getting to a point where there's no real physical manifestation of money. It's just numbers in a database.
Well, the internet's probably been pushing that along quite a bit, though, especially with how much it's expanded.
Well, you can't like pay someone in gold now. You can't go to Save Mart and say, Let's trade this 2 grams of gold for all of your top ramen stock." You can't do
Hmm.
that.
I'm not sure how much is the gold dollar conversion now, because I know the copper thing. You know, you guys know about pennies, how
Yeah,
it costs more to
they
make a penny than it does to use one.
yeah, which is why they should freaking abolish the penny.
I'm not sure though, because I have a lot of pennies and I like having pennies.
Pennies are worthless, and there's no point to them. If you have a credit card, there's no point to it. Why?
We're not back in the 1980s and stuff like that where stuff used to be cheap.
It's not. It's not to the point where things are within like the tens of cents.
Well,
Everything's
I
like
mean, but then
dollars.
say you take out pennies, you'd have to like round. You'd have to round money. I guess it doesn't seem that crazy when you talk about it in like that abstract money is only numbers ideal, but it's like it's a physical thing. It's like, oh, I only owe you like half a table. I guess I'll just give you the whole table because I can't really saw it in half type of deal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
Just round to the nearest 5 cents, because nickels are still useful. Nickels and
yes.
dimes.
Yeah, but then it's still like Either you're losing. I'm
Overall,
iffy.
if you average it out, you're going to end up spending the same amount of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I guess overall it doesn't really make a difference.
And if you it'll benefit paying with a credit card at that point.
Well, it'll probably benefit the government a bit more than everyone else because they're the one paying to make the pennies. But
Yeah, we're wasting resources on these things that we don't need to make.
yeah, what
Just
was
stop
the
Make
making
topic
them.
goods in
about?
America.
I don't know. Oh yeah, the time money and time thing. Yeah.
We don't need to talk on topic. But oh, I'm looking at their website and it turns out that game company is hiring.
Oh, for what?
Hold on, just texting away. It's just like jobs.
Aw.
Tools engineer. What's a
Yes,
tools engineer?
I could do it.
Use tools, and you do things. Yeah.
Has strong software engineering skills, enjoys enabling others on a team, appreciates the creative workflow, and understanding this is the requires a candidate who you're more likely to enjoy this role if you value
Autonomy.
autonomy and personal responsibility. I enjoy personal responsibility, you know. I'm a pretty laid down guy. I'm pretty sure I can pick
I
up all
figured
the
out what job I'm not
engineering
doing.
is.
Go China.
Oh man.
Okay, so how do we get on pennies and stuff from gaming?
Taking
We yell
time, money.
YOLO. We
Because
yell YOLO.
he, he was talking about the free-to-play game where it's worth it
Oh yeah,
to play the game.
there's like a legitimate idea going around where it's like if I buy this thing, it's saving me time and I'm making money technically. But then it's like you're not playing the game and it's like I don't know. I always have fun on those free to play games where they ask you to do money because it's like it's kind of like a challenge, you know. It's like how far can I get without having to pay money at all? How far can I and it's just like a massive time sink I spent on Farmville because the game's terrible.
The game's a horrible game. Oh my god.
I,
I never put any money into it, but oh my god, it's horrible.
I know I spent so much time on it doing like nothing. And I don't understand why.
Yeah, I used to spend like 3 to 4 hours a day on it. I spend that much time on TF2 and I play that competitively.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
So Nintendo... I'm sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
Nintendo has received an offer from Activision to get Skylanders for... Not for, but they want to partner with Nintendo so that Nintendo can take over the Skylanders brand. It's Nintendo and Activision, but Nintendo refused. And it's unknown reasons right now. Skylanders is currently worth $2 billion, and there's like... It would have been a Nintendo exclusive. It would have been a Wii U exclusive had they gone through with this. And that's why I think it's kind of stupid.
the sound is weird for me.
Your
Oh,
sound?
did y'all know Sony that bought Microsoft for billions of dollars?
Totally. Sony totally bought Microsoft.
But yeah, they actually did.
Sony
Yes,
can't buy Microsoft.
Hold up, I'm fixing to link the article right here to you guys.
I think Sony can buy Microsoft because of antitrust laws, no? Is there something like that?
I mean, the PS4 has been doing a lot better than the Xbox for like 2 months now? 3 months? But I'm not sure if they've if they've got the cash to buy Microsoft through that.
All right. Here's the article that's just popping up right now. Sony Computer Entertainment buys Xbox from Microsoft. Okay, so in this article it says Sony Computer Entertainment, the video gaming division of parent company Sony Corporation, announced on Thursday is tentatively brought rival video gaming brand from Xbox, Microsoft, and also struck content partnership with the company. The deal is valued at close to $32.8 billion according to resources.
I can't find it. The closest thing is Sony and Microsoft decided to team up on their next console, but that's in 2013, so I don't know what the hell happened then.
I don't know.
Uh, I think we are just reading a bunch of hoax.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way Sony. That's no. But
There you go.
on the topic of Nintendo Skylanders, it's really interesting because someone was saying that what's this? Ooh, a link. Someone was saying that you know how Pokemon Rumble, the Pokemon toy game. So someone was saying that they could take the Skylanders idea and put it in Pokemon Rumble, and that was in fact the original idea for Pokemon Rumble, making it all about toys. To buy the actual Pokemon and put it on your Wii U on a sling pad, and it would pop up in the game. And I'm not gonna lie, that sounds really cool. It's like and Disney had the same idea, obviously, with their Disney Infinity, which is still going, and it's actually doing really well. Um, but I don't know. I don't really see why Nintendo refused to do the Skylanders offer. Maybe there's something in the contract that they didn't like, but it's it's not mentioned as of right now, which is kind of disappointing.
uh, I I don't know if you are talking about different news because I read recently that the the developers of Skylanders explained that before going to Activision to be published, they asked Nintendo and Nintendo refused. So I don't know if you are talking about that or is it another news? I'm a bit confused. Sorry. And yes.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. Um, I'm reading the article and I have no idea what this is, but really quick, have any of you played Dark Souls 2?
Yes, and I hate it.
April 25th, the PC version comes out. I'll be right back. Actually, this is a bad time, but 5 minutes.
Okay. I just came back.
Didn't he say he's still recording?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, quite frankly.
Ah, dang it.
But to sit here awkwardly, I guess. That's like my solution.
Hold up. Where's me something that I could play right quick?
Don't play any music.
Dang it, damn it. um,
I don't think you'd appreciate that.
I was fixing to do the Batman on drugs, like.
Okay, I need to go put something down in a minute.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna be your most entertaining guy while the other dude just left. Um, but yeah, I'm new to the podcast. Sitting here awkwardly quiet, nothing in the going on in the chat. So yeah. So, what you doing?
Sorry, I stepped out.
I just literally just talked to myself right there for a
It's
minute.
always works. It's best solution for awkward silences, really.
I've
I
been
think
back, but I'm
nudging.
not sure if I should jump in.
We weren't doing anything except for sitting here awkwardly.
I can cut it out if I need to.
It was extremely awkward.
Yeah, it was.
I
Was it
think
like
it
a
would
good
be a
awkward, or
bit
was it like
tricky.
a terribly bored awkward?
It was bored.
Aw, no! That's the worst type of awkward.
But hey, I only got like about 20 minutes left to be on this podcast, but I do want to say two things right quick for the Call of Duty information and stuff like that.
Alright, go for it.
If any of you guys are into the Call of Duty committee and stuff like that, you do know that Sledgehammer Games is the new official developer of the brand new Call of Duty, which will be on a 3-year cycle now, which that means Black Ops, well, Treyarch will be competing with EA now with Battlefield. And so the next Call of Duty information that I've actually just found out a couple of days ago is that Modern Warfare 4 might not be the title of the game, but also for the playstyle of it, which will be a Black Ops 1 playstyle to it.
Black Ops 1, I remember having a lot of fun with that. I don't remember much about it though. But they're under new development.
Wait, do
Black
what?
Ops? So Black Ops is under new development.
Well,
And EA is competing with Activision over Battlefield 4? What?
no, like, alright, so you know Treyarch, the people who make
Yes, I
zombies,
do.
right? Okay. It used to be Infinity Ward versus Battlefield.
Okay.
So, but now since Sledgehammer Games has came up upon this mix of making Call of Duty, it's going to be Treyarch versus Battlefield.
Treyarch's not a game, I'm not sure if you recognize, but
No,
are they
no, it's like companies, like yeah, like EA
Oh,
versus
is Battlefield
Treyarch.
a
You know?
company? Oh, no,
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Okay, okay, I get it.
Yeah, and but no, Call of Duty Ghost is going to have the Black Ops 1 play style to it, so we're going to have that feel from like 2010 up until 2014. Anybody there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just
Okay.
editing my Steam profile.
But yeah, so that's some big news for the Call of Duty community is just that it's gonna be way better than Call of Duty Ghosts from what I have been reading. And so yeah, that's really all the Call of Duty information I got. um, but one thing before I do leave is that I do want to thank all of you for having me on this podcast as a special guest. NujumKey. I'm sorry if I do slaughter your name. Thank you for having me on
My
here,
microphone
and
was off, sorry.
yeah.
No, dude, it's like, sorry you couldn't stay for that long. I thought you were leaving like another 45 minutes. What do you mean?
Well, my aunt, she wants me to go head down there because she's cooking my dinner tonight.
Aw, maybe next
um,
week then.
yeah. But one thing I do want to say to everyone who's watching this, um, I have already. I'm still deciding the specific date right now for this, but I'm actually having my second annual Evio Fest. It's February's very own. If you're wanting to know what Evio means, but it's my second annual, and I have to tell you, it's gonna be tremendous this year. And and me and Numjum, I'm thinking about talking to him, see if he wants to be a part of it. So whenever the specific date comes out, I'll let you guys know, and then head on over.
That could be fun. Awesome. Thanks for joining us, dude. Where can people find you if they ever want to come to hear your voice?
You could find me two ways. You could find me on Twitter. Make sure you do at Stacy Morgan 201. Make sure you capitalize the S and the M. And then the other way you can find me is on YouTube, which is in the Skype chat right now. And
Yeah, no,
no,
it's in the description down below as well, but I like to have it verbal.
yeah, and but the second way you can find me is through YouTube, which is at TheMorganManShow 2013. But you could just leave off the 2013 if you want to.
Awesome. Thanks, guy. See ya.
All right, see you.
See.
Oh, he was the fan. I knew it.
Wait, what?
It was his fan. You heard the hum. The
Yeah.
I was like
I'm
looking around the
surprised.
room, turning off all my fans, and I'm like,
I'm surprised you guys can't hear my massive build.
it's fine on my end. I'm looking through the release list and like nothing stands out to me at all. Wolfenstein: A New Order, May 20th. That could be interesting. Minecraft PS3 is coming out May 16th.
I'm waiting for Starbound on the Vita to come out.
You have a Vita. Okay, so you don't have any of the consoles, but you have a Vita.
No, I don't have a Vita. I'm waiting for it to come out on the Vita to get a Vita. The only reason
Suddenly,
I'm
like
getting a Vita
after like
is because,
a year, people started getting the Vita again, and I just don't understand how it's suddenly
well,
gotten so much.
yeah, I don't know either.
Uh, I didn't even know people bought Vitas, dude. I thought Nintendo was a whole handheld thing. Like, what? Eh. I haven't heard. Are there any games you guys are looking out for? Because I see Watch Dogs May 27th, Sly Cooper Collection for the Vita. Aw, man. I like Sly Cooper. Would I like to get that for the PS4, PS3, which are still releasing, which is awesome. So I don't have to get a new console yet. Wildstar for the PC is coming out June 1st. Dude, I saw some footage from that from the Yogscast. It looks awesome. There's like these like multicolored deer things, and there's like attack ranged abilities, like AoE. It's like your normal MMO stuff, but it looks awesome, and I'm loving it. Uh, it's a very nice game. Have you guys heard much about Wildstar?
Mm-mm. Not at all.
Uh,
Please expand.
Wildstar
the,
is an MMO by I don't remember who it's by. It's someone I really liked, but I don't know. I've just been seeing a lot of people talking about Wildstar lately. It looks really cool. It's like an MMO where they've mixed up the combat system quite a bit. I'm not really sure how to explain it now that I think about it. But
So
one
it's
of my
not just.
favorite things is that you can have a house. So yeah,
Hmm.
you can have a house.
My goodness. This is a bit different.
It's so different. It's almost like Minecraft level.
yes, and I've seen ad for these games, and I know that you can have a rocket house.
What?
I don't know. I, 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 I keep seeing ads for this game, and in the French ad they say you can have a an house which is also a rocket.
Oh my god, is it like a spaceship house? I would
Uh,
love that. Oh my god. Be like a floating. I can imagine like right now it's like you're like a
when
captain with like a pirate hat or something, like a hook for a hand, just like "Arr, I'm gonna sail the lands of Wildstar."
when
I
you hear
almost thought you were going to say Asgard there for a second. It's confused.
when you hear the ad, it seems like the main selling point.
Your audio is like singing out there. Are you okay?
Uh, yeah,
You got real quiet towards the end.
I think it's not my audio. It's just me. I'm quite tired, and as asks me uh, it asks me a little extra effort to speak English and listening to English, and
Uh,
I'm a bit tired, and
I
I
feel you.
have more difficulties than usual today. But it's okay.
We can get another French dude. That'd be fun.
I'm not
We could
sure.
have a French podcast.
I'm French Canadian, so does that count?
Uh,
Do people in Canada actually speak French, or is it like, yeah, we know
Some, some,
French?
some do. In some areas, yes, the primary language is French. Not where I think, yes, where I come from, some people do.
Hmm. Oh my god. The article I'm reading now is just like French website Le Portal des Jeux Vidéo claims that, like Rayman, the Prince of Persia. Okay, let me we're gonna move on to a different story, by the way. Prince of Persia is now a new Prince of Persia is in development, and it's using the Rayman Legends engine. It's like a new 2D Prince of Persia, which I'm liking the sound of. It's by Ubisoft. The French website reports that the prince's arms, legs, and other body parts will be animated independently, making him look like a 3D model, despite being in 2D. As with other Prince of Persia games, he'll run, sword fight, and perform various acrobatics to avoid traps. Ubisoft's upcoming title, Child of Light, uses the same engine, Ubi Art Framework.
Crap.
That's
No. Okay, what?
that sounds
Sorry.
cool. That sounds kind of cool.
Yes,
Doesn't it?
I've seen Rayman Legends. That was a fun game.
How, whenever
so,
you said they're animated individually, I imagined it being like Gary's mod ragdoll physics for all the limbs.
Yeah, but
Just
Gears Mod is
imagine
more like Fritzy.
Gary's
It's like
mod is
blah blah
intentionally
blah
stupid.
blah blah. You know, it's kind of like a crazy aspect.
You know, what's the
but
point of it, really?
the,
Mm.
the engine Ubisoft used for Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends seems quite powerful. The I think their base goal was to make an engine so they only need animators and artists to do the game and a very few programmers and
That's not a bad idea for a game company. Programmers are very expensive.
and yes but no I wonder if this new Prince of Persia game will more look like a 2D version of the modern Prince of Persia games, or more like the very old school Prince of Persia of the 80s. I don't know if you
Hmm.
have played this game. The very old school Prince of Persia with
It sounds
yeah,
awesome. I'm looking at the graphic, and there's like this cool sand, dude. I mean, Prince of Persia's always been like in the desert, but you know, it just looks cool. Hmm. BioShock movie could be in development.
Wow.
I heard about that. Let me find the article. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like BioShock has a movie, which I appreciate because BioShock had a pretty good story. BioShock was like one of those sort of Voyeur games that tried to do a lot with its world and like through its mechanics about what it actually was about. And you could like tell from the feel of the environment that you were in like this cyberpunk dystopian era, you know? I think it'd be a cool movie. Would you guys see it?
Yeah, I would definitely.
yes, I think I will.
Sounds like it's definitely worth it. I don't feel like they'd be able to get a good storyline out of it and everything.
The one thing I'm wondering, BioShock had that, like, a lot of its story was told, sort of like the past part was told in between in, like, loading cutscenes and, like, text bites. I'm not sure how they're gonna do the past part, because it was so different in a game. I mean, game writing and movie
Movie
writing are
writing's
two,
completely different because yeah,
yeah.
you have to integrate immersion into a game, and you have to tell a good story with a movie, and with a game you have to do both.
Hmm, I don't know.
I feel like it may flop because of what they're limited to and the fact that it is a movie game. Um, whatever, a game movie, I don't know. It wasn't.
Hmm,
I I mm,
yeah.
I'm very curious because for uh, one of the main point of mm, one of the most important moments in the story of Bioshock is very linked to the fact that you are the player. I don't want to spoil. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know if
kind of
you
like a
read
choice system, isn't it?
I don't
Quote.
know if you agree
I
that
don't know how they're gonna implement that because that was part of the game. That was part of the fourth wall in the game was that twist. I don't know what they're gonna do to integrate that.
so uh, I think it will be it would just be interesting to see that how they manage to transfer that to a movie. Mm.
Hmm. They might try
Yeah,
to just.
if they can get that twist to work, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome, but couldn't they just redo sort of Bioshock as like an entire different story? I mean, we
I
saw
guess they
Final.
could take the premise of it, but
Because the
it's
thing
it's
that
a
made
story meant for
Bioshock
depth.
wasn't necessarily the story itself, more like the environment it was in and the feeling of the game, wasn't it? At least that's what I remembered, more than anything.
Well, it had this sort of dark feel to it that no other game could really encapsulate. That's my opinion. Had this
Yeah, the
dark
first
feeling, even though
Bioshock, you knew you were in a wreckage. You were like
at
in.
least well, in Infinite, the one that's in the sky, or I think that's Infinite, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is that
the latest
that
one.
one?
You're in a
Yeah,
grappling hook, which is awesome.
that one is a little bit more lighthearted, but it still did have dark undertones to it.
Oh, it looks decent. R rating, verbacy, uh, Kotaku, Bioshock Movie, BioshockMovie.com, BioshockMovie.net, Bioshock.net. What is all this? It's apparently all under the company that's making the movie. I'm not sure why there's so many websites for it. Irrational Games, developer of Bioshock, was shut down in February though, wasn't it? I just
I don't
remembered
know,
that. Didn't they like close because the main developer wanted to start making indie games instead?
possibly. Just
But
make indie-like games underneath their publisher's name. It's easy.
Ah, so the developer Levine and a select number of employees planned a new venture under the 2K Games umbrella that focused entirely on replayable narrative. The Bioshock property remains on 2K, the company. That'll be cool, I guess. 2K's made some pretty good games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
They've got some art, the concept art. Ooh, I gotta see this. Er, yep, that's Bioshock. That's the Bioshock environment, and I guess that's gonna be a movie. Okay, I can dig that. You know what else I heard? Have you guys heard of that super realistic golf game? What's it?
I do not know.
nope.
Highly realistic golf game with no loading time comes to Steam Early Access and soon will arrive on the Xbox One and PS4. It's $30 through Valve's testing platform, and the release schedule is later this spring. Super realistic. Wow, that's definitely a realistic golf course. What? Wow. That's It's an access though. What? That's not. That makes me a little bit iffy on the idea, but
A super realistic golf game. I don't like. Whatever.
I mean,
I
sports
guess
games have
it's.
been really popular, so why not? You know, you can
I
sort of
guess
see this.
it's. I don't know. It's something. I
It
guess it's a
looks.
step forward trying to get rid of loading times in these HD games. That's something that has always been an issue, is loading all the textures and environments. And being able to eliminate those while keeping the lag time in normal gameplay relatively low is
Yeah,
good and has been needed to be done.
it is cool that they have low loading time, but I don't know, if you're just walking from one golf course to the next, does it really matter? I mean, I guess you can kind of use loading times as like a transmission, like, okay, next course, you know? I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you want to take away loading times for a golf. It is kind of cool though, it's like super HD, awesome looking game. No loading times. Will not. It was originally called Tiger Woods. What?
Hmm.
I'm beginning to question this article. I know there's a gameplay trailer.
Gameplay trailers do not change the authenticity of it. Could be fan made. Like there was the Majora's Mask HD remake fake trailer made by
Oh, that's.
a random
It
person.
looks really good. I mean, well, then again, it's on YouTube, so it's got to be like YouTube quality, isn't it? HB Studio developers. Not heard of them. They've got tutorials, how to create a two-tired green golf cart.
Too
This actually
tired?
looks
Sounds like
too
a
tired.
motorcycle.
Yep. I'm not even gonna watch it. It's kind of funny. Oh
Sounds
man.
ridiculous. Really?
Oh, here's something I find interesting. PS4, it's the top-selling console for 3 months in a row.
Yep, because someone actually went into the depth of that, and they are relating it with the share features on it, allowing the people to promote their games, making people want to buy the console and get games for it.
What
Which
do you
is
mean
also why
share
you
features?
you can auto share to social media, and there's like streaming features and all that built into the
Oh.
PS4.
Well, I mean, the Xbox has streaming features, but I guess, yeah, the whole
It's
Facebook
hu-
thing.
it's harder to do with the Xbox, and it's not as high quality.
Huh. I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of iffy about the sharing features on PlayStation, because couldn't you do that already? Just go on a normal computer and do
Well,
that?
that would require a capture card to
Oh, like share your gameplay.
yeah. Like PS4 does that best, and that's why they're doing the best.
Yeah, I can see that being real helpful.
That's why the Wii U is doing the worst because they're not endorsing YouTube advertisements to the slightest. They're
Well,
not
I don't
allowing
think you can
any
just
sort
pin
of.
it on one thing, but yeah,
But
that's been
that's the
hurting
majority
Nintendo
of
for quite a bit.
yeah. The
I don't
fact that
know.
they do not allow sharing is their biggest downfall.
Oh man, no, you remember the Smash Brothers thing?
Mm-hmm.
That really annoyed me because like so many people had to like stop their series, and I really liked those cutscenes. They were epic. It's like if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Nintendo publicly mentioned that they don't like Smash Brothers cutscenes from the Subspace Emissary single player campaign to be on YouTube. Because then it's like, why would you buy the game if you want? But Subspace Emissary wasn't the entire game though. It was
It
definitely an
was some of
awesome
it.
part of the game, but I don't know. I was sad to see that Nintendo wasn't totally endorsing the YouTube thing. And it's really cool to see not PS, but Sony doing that. I've been thinking of getting a Sony computer now, actually.
Wait, Sony sells computers? What?
Yeah, the
It's
Vio.
it,
Oh,
it's funny because uh, it makes me remember something. I remember one famous developer of Nintendo. I don't remember which one. Maybe Miyamoto saying he was asked, "What do you think about people reselling their games and occasion and etc." And he said that the the goal of Nintendo was to make games that people want to keep playing and keep having.
Like the idea behind their music.
Mm, uh,
Like that kind of timeless thing where you can play it over and over and over without being bothered by it.
yes, and so I'm sorry. And yeah, so why don't they make
I don't know. Nintendo's just
Sorry, I'm confused. I don't manage to.
it's alright. We all have our days.
Hmm.
To be honest, there's
to
only 2 stories left to
to
talk
say
about, and it's gonna be a short podcast. Wow, I didn't expect it to go by this fast.
Yeah, it's probably be like 45-minute podcast because we talked for a good 15 minutes before we actually started. I mean, what?
Let me check the recording says 50 minutes, 27 seconds right now. If we cut out the bit where awkward moments, it's probably like 45, yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways, next story. 37% of Steam games have never been played before. At all.
Really?
0 downloads, like, viewed, not played.
Wow. Then
37%.
how did they get on Steam?
I don't I don't know. It's a crazy study. There's about 1,000, not 1,000, 172 million Steam community IDs that are on Steam right now, and 37% of that have been like scanned. The ones that make games, uh, just no place. And they went through and they looked. TF2 is owned by 20.3 million people on Steam with account IDs. Dota 2 is owned by 25.9 million. Half-Life 2 is 12.7 million. And it goes down. Left 4 Dead, Counter-Strike, Half-Life, Life Condition 0? Don't know
So
what that
Valve games are the most played on Steam.
seems like it. Gary's Mod has 5.3 million. Skyrim Elder Scrolls is 14th place with 5.9 million owners. But then there's like a whole portion of those people who just don't have any games at all.
Oh,
Or
I thought
have
you
any
meant
players.
I thought you said 37% of all games on Steam have
Yeah,
never been
don't have
played before.
any players. There are like games that have absolutely 0 people playing them or downloading
Really?
them at all.
That's saddening.
Well, I mean,
Then
it
how
kind
do
of
they get
shows
through the
how
Steam?
low the barrier is to get on Steam. Like, I saw people who made a game in RPG Maker who've put the game on Steam, and I was like, oh, that's kind of okay, you know? They're still making games. And then I saw this Kickstarter that made it on Steam for being a Kickstarter, not a game at all. And it's got like tags and everything, but it's an actual Kickstarter. There's nothing to download, and I'm like, how is this a thing? It's an info page. Why is this being advertised as a full-on game? You know? It's like it's really easy to get through Steam's greenlight system, and it's like, oh, you're on the front page for everyone to see. Congratulations. And that front page, I think it matters, especially to a lot of indie developers who are on Steam.
Yeah.
So I guess like I don't know, maybe people are just being really picky about what they play. I honestly only play like 3 or 4 games off Steam, so
I literally only play TF2 pretty much off Steam, and everything else is just I
yeah,
usually don't.
I'm loadout, FTL, and TF2, and that's it, and Dwarf Fortress.
Speaking of loadout, are we gonna play that sometime? You said you wanted to have like a loadout party.
Okay, but you weren't. You said you were busy, so my
Yeah, I'm not
bad.
busy anymore. It's spring
You're
break.
not busy anymore. Uh, maybe we'll do something after.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not
Don't
busy
worry,
today.
we
Though.
got one story, man. You gotta last.
Okay.
You can make it.
I don't know if I can.
Square Enix says that DRM is a necessary part of doing business and it's here to stay. So how you guys know what DRM is, right?
No.
Yes.
DRM is it's like an anti-piracy measure. It's very controversial at the moment, but um, it's the idea that you have to be like always online and always like
Oh.
connected to play a game.
Yeah. I guess it's an interesting thing, but at the same time, it's a little bit ridiculous.
But Square Enix says it's a necessary part of doing business to combat piracy. Now, I've heard a lot of studies that say piracy isn't actually a bad thing to developers of some games, but then it's like, I don't know. because you are technically stealing, and if I'm just a cheapskate on as a teenager, why would I bother paying $60 for Skyrim if I can just get it for free?
Mm.
But on the other end, like, Minecraft, right? So I have a couple friends that every once in a while they're like, I want to play Minecraft on a server, but I've only played the single player, I've only played the demo. I want to play on a server with you, and I'm like, okay. I let them borrow my account, and it's like a week later they'll say, I bought Minecraft for myself. Can you play with me? Because it's fun. It's fun to play Minecraft with other people, and I think
Mhm.
like that sort of demo is really helpful to developers for like get customers. It's like it's almost like a brand loyalty thing. Like
A demo for
Skyrim.
a demo for a game that you have to buy is almost necessary. It will less necessary if it's a lower price, but if it's like $60, you need a demo
Yeah,
because otherwise they're gonna be like they're gonna take words or whatever, take reviews from friends, and they may not like it. So I don't know.
yeah, no, I'm very iffy about console games recently.
The- mm, uh, More than 10 years ago, there were a lot of demo for games, but the problem is that for developers, it takes them resources to make demo, and uh, and a demo rarely won't make a game sell more. It will only make a game sell less if, if the demo is bad. And so developers don't make demo anymore. I think I read something like that somewhere. And if you read some very old Penny Arcade comics, he talks a lot about demo of games and knows nowadays there are no more demos for games. I I find it funny. Yeah.
But why would you think demos would be bad for a developer? Because, I mean,
Well, it depends on how they organized the demo because the Stanley Parable demo was amazing. And Stanley Parable being a very short game, that demo helped it justify the price. Because
it's just
Stanley
Stanley
Parable is an
Parable.
amazing game.
Yeah, it's a very short game, but it's like, it's a lot of fun. It's like, it's got that narrative focus that you just don't see in games, but you still feel like you are playing a game because you're still in control, you're still making decisions. Um, I don't know. I kind of think though, for a lot of shorter games, if you put a demo out, it's like there's your game. That's what you're doing. That's like you kind of get your fill off of a really short game from a really short demo. And it's like if you have a bad demo that just doesn't show off your game very well, then it's just what you know.
Hmm.
You can kind of judge a game by its demo, and that's probably a lot of pressure on whoever makes the demo.
Yes, but it's also a problem that it costs you time and money to make the demo. Time and money that you can spend on the game. So if you make a demo, you have a worse game than if you don't make a demo. I,
Wow.
it,
Well,
it's sometimes it could be a problem sometimes.
I can.
really, you could just. Well, what some developers do is make the game, then make the demo afterwards once the game is fully done, tested, all most of the bugs are out,
But
and
then
then they
it's like
make
you're
the demo.
delaying.
Well, yeah, and then they're delaying the release, but that gives them more time to polish the game while another group, smaller group, is working on the demo. But then they have to polish the demo, so I don't know. It
I
could
mean, usually there's
hurt the.
like a 2 month period before a game is finished where they're like trying to make DLC and they're advertising and all that stuff. I guess you can put it in that sort of segment, but hmm.
I agree that demos are cool in a perfect world where developers don't have publishers, deadline, and so on.
Yeah,
But they have constraint and yeah,
there's a
they
lot
do
of
it.
stress to developing a game. There's a lot of problems that can arise, and I can see that being a problem as a demo in a demo.
Hmm, yeah.
Problems with no answers. It's a shame.
When you see games like Battlefield 4, which are released with a lot of bugs, do you want them to make a demo so that when comes the release, there is even more bugs in the game because they have less time to beta test it, debug, and so on?
Yeah,
I
Battlefield
mean,
4 is still
a demo
broken.
doesn't necessarily have to be a slice. It's supposed to be a slice of the game. It's supposed to be an eyeglass, isn't it? Like you're supposed to
Well, the
be.
thing is, the Stanley Parable demo was a game by itself.
Huh?
It was basically a standalone
I mean, I've
story
not
separate
played the
from the Stanley
demo, so I
Parable.
don't know, but
It's I've watched a few videos on it, and it's entirely different. Like, it's not as linear. You're kind of forced on a track. It's basically an on rails game where
right?
you're being led around. There's not really many decisions you can make except for what order you want to go around in this one room, but overall, it's different than the actual game, but it captures the humor in it. So, I don't know.
I don't know. It
But
sounds.
I, I'm wondering because I know Stanley Parable, at the origin it was a mod, it was an Half-Life 2 mod, and
Oh
then
yeah.
they released the full game. But did they also release a demo for the full game, or are you just, or when you say demo, did you just talk about the free mod?
Well, then think about it like this: what if Stanley Parable tried to do early access instead of a demo? Would it have helped them any more than the demo would have, or would it have been like,
Well, thing is, the Stanley Parable was the game itself was exactly the same as the source mod. There's a few changes, but overall it was basically the same game, just
right?
in standalone form.
Hmm.
Okay. I I didn't play the mod, so I didn't know about that. So
And then the
thank you for.
Goat Simulator is so popular because of word of mouth and just how stupid it is.
Yeah. It's not. It's actually now that the mods have come out, it's actually looking like a lot of fun. I'm debating buying it or not. It's not a
It
terribly high price.
Once they added modding support, it's gonna go different
It's
places.
turning
Like, I
right
feel
now,
like,
dude.
yeah, it's
It's kind of like I kind of wish it happened with Farming Sim instead, because that I like the physics in Farming Sim a lot better than I do in Goat Simulator. But still looks pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I
It's
feel like someone's going to end up making a Grand Theft Auto mod for Goat Simulator, where it's like San Andreas or something, and you
I.
get to run around as a goat
But
instead of a
didn't it take
person.
them like a ridiculous amount of time just to make that? The
Well,
power of the
yeah,
fans.
but yeah, someone's going to put that much effort into it because they want to play around in Grand Theft Auto something with a goat and just mess around with the engine.
I would play that. That sounds awesome. It's like Little Big Planet. They recreated Final Fantasy VII in Little Big Planet,
Wow.
and it was awesome. It was like 4 hours long. It was like much abridged. There were no text, no words, obviously. But if you knew the story, you could totally follow it, and it was really, really fun. Dang, man, the fans are just crazy. It's like anywhere you go.
Yeah, because fans want to make something they enjoy better if no one else is going to do it.
Yeah. Whew. I guess that wraps up the. Wait a minute, we didn't even talk about. I was talking about DRM. Screw it.
Fantastic.
That's it. We're all out of stories today.
Uh,
Thank you all for joining me. Blakens, where can we find you if we want to hear your awesome map making tips and advice and stuff?
YouTube.com/um Matthew Blackens. There you go. And also youtube.com/generic. Give us if you want TF2 content.
Yep. Shizzy, do you have a. Shizzy. Shiggy. I'm so sorry. Shiggy. Um, do you have a Twitter or something that we can follow you on if we ever wanted to come in contact with you?
no, so I'm still an exclusivity of Kingdom Gaming podcast.
That's fine by me. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to come back to the podcast, I don't know, subscribe. I feel like I should be plugging myself. Like, my link is also in the description down below. So is these awesome guys. So thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and we'll see you all in another video. Bye.